Well, everyone, after years of waiting, Black Mirror is back with a batch of new episodes, and judging from the trailers, a lot of fun, exciting casting decisions. As someone who's enjoyed a lot of what Black Mirror has had to offer, with it serving as an instrumental creative influence during my college days, I was excited, especially since shows like Barry and Succession ended recently, and The Idol has been, well, The Idol. So I was kind of amped for some new Black Mirror, despite feeling like since Netflix has taken over, the show has been less than great. No shade towards Netflix, I've enjoyed plenty of their content, however, the first two seasons of Black Mirror, which were produced by the BBC, are just more interesting in my opinion, which brings me to Season 6 of Black Mirror. Now, it's been a few years since the extremely disappointing Season 5, which didn't feature a single noteworthy episode. I'm happy to say that despite only having seen the first two episodes of Season 6, it's already a more enjoyable watching experience than Season 5. But with that being said, so far, I'm not exactly all that impressed. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear that I've only seen the first two episodes of Season 6, and the reason that I haven't watched all of them is that I'm not all that intrigued by what I have seen so far. Now, like I said, what I've seen so far is way more interesting than what we got with Season 5 between, the super on-the-nose virtual reality episode and the extremely bland Miley Cyrus robot episode, but the two episodes I've seen feel off. Even if they're not exactly badly written episodes of TV, the biggest criticism I have is they feel too safe, and by extension, they don't feel like Black Mirror episodes. Black Mirror was a show that kind of prided itself not only on the displays of the horror of technology, but on presenting those concepts in a blunt and often terrifying fashion. Sometimes a little less subtle than others, but always episodes containing two vital elements. They were blunt in execution, and they were conceptual. Both episodes of Season 6 that start the season lack these core values in my opinion, and by lacking the core values, it makes me feel as if I'm not even watching Black Mirror. This is a series that started by showcasing how addicted we are to technology by having a senator have sex with a pig on live television. The first episode is an extremely on-the-nose meta take on AI and deep faking, and while I applaud the series for not beating around the bush, the style and tone of the episode felt very off for what Black Mirror is known for. It felt more in line with a sitcom than it did an episode of Black Mirror. The episode, as it unveils more layers, continuously keeps furthering the meta and making things more self-referential, which would have been an interesting bit of television 5 or 6 years ago. But the idea of meta humor or self-referential drama is just a dated writing tool at this point. The idea of our lives being turned into a TV show because of an unread agreement with a streaming service is a neat concept, but the execution just lacks the grit and oomph that an earlier episode of the series would have knocked out of the park. In the second episode, there's more grit and bluntness in the execution and storytelling, but unfortunately, it just doesn't feel like a Black Mirror episode. They keep trying to bring the story back around to this Streamberries concept thing, which is some meta play on Netflix, but it's distracting from what could be a great anthology episode of Black Mirror. Other than the Streamberries connection, the second episode really doesn't have much to do with technology or our fear of it at all. It tells an interesting story about a couple making a documentary which over the course of filming turns into a huge murder conspiracy, which leads to our lead character finding out his parents were murderers and losing his girlfriend and mother in the process. The episode has a downer ending that fits well with what the franchise has built upon in the past, but the loose connection to technology, which is a core factor of what makes a good Black Mirror episode, makes me feel like I'm watching some other show, which is not a great thing, and even for an anthology show, you want to feel like you're watching a piece of that specific television show. This is a series that ends on an episode with a character literally blocked out by society for perverted crimes and is shunned by everyone visually and virtually. Black Mirror was a series that misled its audience into believing this character was a good person with a sad past, just to unveil the rug and show us she was a murderer whose memory is consistently wiped as she's used as a form of entertainment for people. Black Mirror was the modern Twilight Zone, where the Twilight Zone being showcased was our own reality that was quickly being realized. Our world of technology being scarier than we thought and right before our eyes. Advancements of terrifying magnitude happening overnight. captured in a really well-written series and filmed really, really well. It seems that unfortunately Black Mirror in recent memory has just forgotten what made the show, what made it so popular to begin with. Now, I haven't seen the remaining episodes of season 6, and maybe once I have, my opinions will change, but since around season 4, it seemed like what made Black Mirror such a brilliant series was quickly being forgotten about, in favor of in-universe references in place of clever writing, and feeling like the days of episodes like The Entire History of You and White Bear seemingly have been replaced by episodes that just don't really have anything to do with technology to begin with. Maybe there's redemption for the series on the horizon, but if the episodes I did watch are any indication, the long wait for new episodes of Black Mirror was unfortunately a wasted effort. Well, guys, let me know what you're thinking of Black Mirror so far. Have you seen a couple of the episodes of the ones that you have seen, or if you have seen the entire series? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are your guys' thoughts on the series as a whole? Do you prefer when it was not a Netflix series as I did? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to engage with you guys. Like I said, I only saw the first 2 episodes. I just wanted to get a video out there and get my thoughts out there. Maybe I'll do a video on the entire series or the entire season at some point, but this is what we have for now. And if you guys did like the video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to me if you do want to hear more from me, and if you guys want to know when I post new videos, make sure to click the little bell notification button so you do get notified when I post new content. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next video.